Why are people getting worse? Dear brothers and friends, today we gather to reflect on a question with profound spiritual and social implications. Why are people getting worse? The scriptures offer a clear perspective on the underlying causes of this trend and provide guidance on how to remain steadfast in our faith amid a decaying world. As we explore this topic, we will consider the teachings of the Scriptures and the involvement of Jehovah and Jesus. The Apostle Paul, in his second letter to Timothy, describes how people's behavior would be in the last days. In 2 Timothy 3, 1-5, Paul writes, "But mark this, there will be terrible times in the last days. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, without love, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not lovers of the good, treacherous, rash, conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying its power. Have nothing to do with such people." This list of negative behaviors reflects a moral and spiritual decline characterizing the end times. One fundamental reason people are getting worse is selfishness. Excessive concern for oneself and disregard for others lead to broken relationships and a lack of compassion. In Philippians 2, 3-4, Paul exhorts, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interests of the others." Selfishness erodes the ability to live in community and care for others, which is essential for a healthy society. Materialism and greed are other important reasons. In 1 Timothy 6:10, Paul warns, "For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. Some people, eager for money, have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs." The relentless pursuit of wealth and material goods leads to corruption, exploitation, and neglect of spiritual values. When people prioritize money over justice and mercy, society suffers. Pride and arrogance also play crucial roles in moral decay. In Proverbs 16:18, we are warned, "Pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall." Arrogance and disdain for others create conflicts and divisions, hindering cooperation and mutual respect. Humility, in contrast, is essential for living in harmony with Jehovah and others. Disobedience to parents and lack of gratitude are symptoms of broken family relationships and the social structure established by Jehovah. In Ephesians 6:2-3, Paul exhorts, "Honor your father and mother," which is the first commandment with a promise, "so that it may go well with you, and that you may enjoy long life on the earth." Respect and gratitude are fundamental for a blessed life and a healthy society. Lack of natural affection and unforgiveness reflect a lack of compassion and mercy. In Colossians 3, verse 12, we are exhorted, "Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience." Compassion and forgiveness are essential for reflecting Jehovah's love in our lives. Slander and lack of self-control are destructive behaviors that damage relationships and personal integrity. In James 1:19, we are advised, "My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry." Moderation in our words and actions is crucial for living in peace and harmony. Contempt for what is good and betrayal show a complete inversion of divine values. In Isaiah 5:20, we are warned, "Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter." The distortion of moral values leads to confusion and chaos in society. Love for pleasures rather than love for God is a characteristic defining spiritual decay. In 1 John 2:15-17, we are warned, "Do not love the world or anything in the world. If anyone loves the world, love for the Father is not in them. For everything in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, comes not from the Father but from the world. The world and its desires pass away, but whoever does the will of God lives forever. The pursuit of temporal pleasures leads to idolatry of worldly delights, distancing people from a deep and meaningful relationship with Jehovah. A form of godliness without true heart transformation is another reason people go from bad to worse. In 2 Timothy 3 verse 5, Paul speaks of those having a form of godliness but denying its power. This spiritual hypocrisy prevents true growth and transformation that comes from a genuine relationship with Jehovah and Jesus. Jehovah and Jesus' involvement in predicting these behaviors is fundamental. Jehovah, in his infinite wisdom and knowledge, revealed through his prophets and apostles how humanity would be in the last days. Jesus, as the Son of God, also warned about the corruption and moral decay characterizing the end times. In Matthew 24:12, Jesus says, "Because of the increase of wickedness, the love of most will grow cold." This warning underscores the importance of remaining firm in our faith and love for Jehovah, even in times of great wickedness. The congregation plays a vital role in helping us resist the negative influences of our time. By gathering to study the Bible, pray, and worship together, we strengthen our faith and our ability to live according to divine principles. In Hebrews 10:24-25, we are exhorted, "And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching." The congregation is a place where we can learn and grow together, seeking Jehovah's guidance in all our decisions. Applying these teachings in our daily lives means living with a constant awareness of the spiritual reality and the need to stand firm in our faith. Practicing daily devotion and meditating on the Scriptures allows us to deepen our relationship with Jehovah and Jesus and live according to their teachings. We must strive not to be swayed by the predicted negative behaviors and instead reflect Jehovah's love and justice in all our actions. In conclusion, people generally go from bad to worse due to selfishness, materialism, pride, disobedience, lack of compassion, and pursuit of temporal pleasures. These attitudes contravene the divine principles of love, humility, and service. Through the teachings of Jehovah and Jesus, we are called to live lives of humility, love, and service, putting others' needs before our own. May this reflection inspire us to live with active faith and deep love for Jehovah and Jesus, trusting in their guidance and protection, and anticipating with hope the promise of their eternal kingdom. Amen.